Okay, today we're going to have a shave with Subtle Art Soap Company. It is the Emerald Fields. I got a sample along with the other shave soap that I purchased. I already went ahead and whipped some up here. We're going to be shaving with my new Finish Restored razor, which is a J.H. Davis. It's at least 6/8. I think this is probably late 1800s, mid 1800s blade. The original scales that came with it were solid black and they were broken. So I asked no name bearer, Robert, to go ahead and make me some scales for it. So I sent it over to him with these really nice hardware, so the washers and everything, and he did a fantastic job on it. I'm gonna go ahead and put on some Tube 2.0 here and get a little pre-shave going. Wet that down. I always like using some kind of a pre-shave when I'm shaving because I have thicker stubble for my facial hair. Robert ended up honing it up for me, so it's not my edge. I'm excited to see what this one's like. He said it was a bit challenging, not just because of the way it was made, but for other reasons, and we'll get to that reason here in just a second. I forgot to mention to him when I sent the razor to him that I noticed something on it that doesn't really make a difference to me because I'm planning on keeping the razor, but to somebody who would want to sell it, right here, close to the heel, I don't know if you can see that with the light, there is a tiny little crack. Just a tiny one, but it's right where the edge is. It doesn't go any further than that. So I imagine with a little bit of honing, it'll probably hone right out. It'll probably take a while to do that, but some of the razors, if you notice, if there's chipping, you can hone that out, and sometimes if they just have a big little tiny crack, you can hone that out sometimes after a while. So there's no reason to go ahead and throw it away. All right, let's wet this down. We'll see how it is. He said he finished on a black slate. I don't know what his progression was other than that, but so far this is extremely sharp and smooth. And I don't know what kind of black slate, if it was Escher or Thuringian or what. I can't feel any of that chip. And it's so far on the heel that I don't think it makes any difference. Wow, this really did turn out to be a great razor. The soap, Subtle Art Soap Company, makes some fantastic shave soaps. Get this really nice yogurt consistency, and the scents aren't too overpowering, but they do like to stick around for a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. And all the ones that I've tried so far, which are just this one and the amber sandalwood one or whatever it was, mix really well with any of my colognes. This one I went ahead and chose a cologne to go with. So today we're gonna wear Aspen, which is a cologne that I wore all through high school. It was one of my favorite colognes back in the day. And the other one back in the day that I used to wear was Preferred Stock. That one was pretty good too. But I really like the green scent of the aspen. I believe it is a fougere, which means that it's a fern green scent. One of the things I learned a lot when I first started picking out shave soaps was scent profiles and what ones go well during what seasons of the year, you know, what weather. Before that, I had no idea that there was a reason why people wore specific kinds of scents during certain kinds of weather, and that there's actually some scents out there that worked for all kinds of weather. I must say, Robert, this is an exceptional edge. I am having no issues whatsoever, and it's just very smooth. This razor has a bit of a smile to it. He posted a video of making the scales, but he didn't do a video that I've seen so far of the honing. I'll post the link of him making the scales for me. If anybody's interested in learning how to make scales or wants to see how it's done. Got quite a lot of soap left here. I'll pull some from the brush. I'll have a feel around and see what I missed. Look at this. That's a good soap. Nice and slick. Cushions the blade so you don't cut yourself. Takes a lot of water. I have allergy problems. One thing I didn't mention earlier, Robert sent me a soap to try out from Murphy and McNeil or something like that. And unfortunately, it's a amber and sandalwood, which is a decent scent, which I like. But unfortunately, there was something in it that caused a reaction on my skin. I always test lather new soaps because I do have some issues with my skin being sensitive. What immediately happened is around my lips it started tingling, and then after a while it started burning, like my skin was burning and on fire, inflamed. So I immediately rinsed it off and then washed my face a couple times, and then for a few days after, the skin was a little red and gray. Last time I had that issue, the skin actually peeled, and that was from the new formula from Fine Accoutrements. If you see me ever shaving with any of the Fine products, I don't have a problem with their aftershaves, but my skin reacts for some reason to their new formula. I wish they would find somebody to make their tallow triple milled soap formula again. There's that one I didn't have a reaction to. And I really enjoyed the tallow. It was a very close formula to the tobacco tallow formula. I think any of these soap makers out here, if they figured out how to do the same thing as Fine did, making that triple milled soap, if they could get that formula or one close to it, and make their own scents, they would probably make a lot of money for me, and a lot of other people too would buy. Because the original tallow hard triple milled soaps from Fine, I believe, were quite popular. So much so that when they announced that they were going to a new formula and they stopped making the old one, they sold out almost immediately. Every once in a while, if you're lucky, online somebody will sell either a unused new old stock triple milled puck or a partially used one. I usually try and grab them up if I see them. If anybody has some that they don't like that are the original triple milled formula and you want to get rid of it, send me a comment. I'll buy them off you. I don't care what scent it is, as long as it's the Fine Accoutrements triple milled. They were all good scents, even the snake bite and that Italian aquatic scent that they had. Okay, for a post shave today, wasn't in the picture, but the thumbnail picture, but we're gonna go with the Harry's post shave mist. Shake that up a little bit. Has some cooling in it, and I don't like the mist getting near my eyes because then I end up having a burning, cooling eye, which is not fun. But other than that, it's a really good post-shave mist. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna go with the Aspen cologne here. Oh man, every time I smell that, it brings me back to my childhood when I was a teenager. It's more than a teenager scent though. It's not like an Axe body spray or whatever. The newer Axes are actually pretty decent, but the you know, people say, oh, that's a teenager scent. Aspen is definitely not a teenager scent, and it does smell good. If you haven't checked it out, you should. Okay, so today's shave was with Emerald Fields by Subtle Art Soap Company. It's a sample. We used the Tube 2.0 from PAA as a pre-shave. Post-shave was Harry's post-shave mist. And then we used the Aspen cologne. I lathered it up in a clone of the Captain's Choice bowl. Even has a little thing there. This one I got online, I think Amazon, it's made in China. Nice ceramic. And then a Omega S brush which is a synthetic. These ones are pretty nice, good and cheap. And I think that's it. I would have to say thank you, Robert, for making those scales for me. They're really, really awesome. Okay guys, well, have a great rest of your weekend.